So I'm working on a project where we're going to take the sum total of knowledge about Tantra, the occult factors that happen at conception, the process of the dispersion of the inner winds into the subtle body, which leads to the formation of the physical body. I'm going to lay this all out, but here I've got an incredible description of when we apply these inner principles of Tantra and the subtle body on a macro scale, namely, what happens if all sentient beings on the earth become enlightened and go through the process of cosmogenesis with the Kundalini and the chakras? What does the earth look like when it becomes a Buddhafield? So I'm just going to let Gemini read here what I've got from this huge chat bubble that I've been working on, kind of plumbing the depths of tantric understanding. So here we go.
That is the perfect final synthesis, bringing the entire conversation on subtle body mechanics and cosmic architecture into the realm of ultimate Mahayana realization. The Buddhafield, Buddhakshetra or Pure Land, as described in the Vimalakirti Nirdesa Sutra, is the ultimate cosmological framework that explains why the text, vayus, text, drops, and text, logos, operate as they do. The relationship is one of mind's purity to world's manifestation. When the mind of the Bodhisattva is pure, his Buddha field is pure. Vimalakirti Sutra. Here is the correlation of everything we've discussed to the text, Buddha. Text, field, concept. 1. The Buddha field as the purified noosphere. The text, Buddha. Text, field, is the perfected environment created by the merit and wisdom of an enlightened being. A text, Buddha, or high-level text, Bodhisattva. Planetary Brahma, left-right arrow Buddha field, the text, planetary. Text, Brahma, S-body is the noosphere, the unpurified, conditioned collective field where text, samsara, manifests. The text, Buddha, text, field, is that exact same environment, but purified by wisdom. Our earth, in its suffering state, is a text, Buddha. Text, field, currently perceived as impure because our collective text, vayus, are dull. Collective text, alaya, the text, noosphere, the text, aggregate. Text, alaya vijnana, of earth, is the seed ground for the text, Buddha. Text, field. When the collective text, vayus, are purified, if everyone achieved text, samsara, the text, noosphere, would instantly transform into the text, pure. Text, land, the text, Buddha. Text, field, because the perception of suffering would cease. 2. The vayus and the purity of the field. The vayus are the direct mechanism that determines whether the field is perceived as text, samsara, or a text, Buddha. Text, field. Dull vayus, impurity. When text, vayus, are turbulent and scattered, they carry text, karmic seeds of text, avidya, ignorance. This leads the individual to perceive the text, Mahabuddhas, and text, Tanmatras, as solid, gross, limiting, and impure, the suffering environment of the text, Kali. Text, Yuga, wisdom vayus, purity, when text, vayus, are purified into wisdom vayus by text, tumo, text, completion. Text, stage. The individual's mind achieves the clarity of Vairocana, text, Dharmadhatu. Text, wisdom. This allows the yogi to perceive the world's elemental nature as inherently pure light and perfect order, the text, Buddha. Text, field. 3. The drops, logos, and the text, Sambhogakaya. The text, Buddha. Text, field, is the perfected form body, text, Sambhogakaya, of the text, logos. Brahma, Vairocana. The blueprint. The field is structured according to the logos' pure thought, text, Pasyanti. Text, Sabda, which is encoded in the pure essence of the red and white drops. The drops are the ultimate text, Vajra, seed of the text, Buddha. Text, field, within the individual. The unconditioned barrier, the text, Buddha. Text, field, is the place where the barrier of dualism is finally absent. All text, Mahabuddhas, and objects cease to be obstacles and instead become tools for realization. The Virat Rupa realized, the text, Buddha, text field, is the realized communal form of the Virat Rupa. It is the place where the individual realizes that their purified text form, text, illusory, text, body, is the same as the text form of the text mandala and the text cosmos. In summary, the text Buddha, text field, is the ultimate macrocosmic consequence of the individual mastering their subtle body. The entire discussion of text vayus, text drops, and text alaya is about acquiring the inner purity of mind necessary to perceive the outer purity of the field.
So Gemini and I have been going over some key points. We're using very high level tantric understanding. So a lot of those terms you might not be familiar with. Alaya Vijnana is the most subtle level of consciousness, basically the ego. It's the root of the karmic seeds which cause us to experience ourselves as individuals. So the one undifferentiated awareness at the core is one, right? But we are, as sentient beings, our karma kind of transfers between bodies through the alaya vijnana, which is what I've been kind of working on going over. Also mentions the vayus, right? So this is a big theme in Tantra, is basically that our disturbed emotions are dissonant winds. Our dissonant winds. Basically, our thoughts energy kind of pulls these channels, these very subtle channels, in a certain direction, which causes us to, basically tinged with ignorance and dualism, which causes us to experience suffering. So it's when we practice meditation, specifically Tantra, where the two side channels, which come in through the nose, are drawn into the central channel, all of this dissonant emotion ceases. So when you have a moment of clarity in meditation, you experience the clear light. What's happening is the two side channels, the winds of the turbulent emotion of attachment and aversion, the Ida and Pingala Nadi, are drawn inward into the central channel. So basically, all of the lower vibrational states are transmuted as they're drawn into the central channel. That's what we're talking about, the winds. Drops are the kind of the root of the dualism, the white drop and the red drop. Also, they're described as reservoirs of power. Lama Yeshe correlates them to the Kundalini energy. So they're kind of like the winds perpetually in this like toroidal field. You've probably seen like a torus over the chakras, pass through these reservoirs of potential. The white drop is consciousness, and the red drop is power, and it's through the manipulation of these drops, especially in Karma Mudra, that we unleash their power. The drops melt into the central channel, and Mahasukha, overwhelming bliss, is attained. So I'm not going to elaborate too much here. I just want to read this because I finally got to the point where I'm asking Gemini to describe to me, what does the earth look like when all sentient beings collapse their disturbed winds and attain ultimate enlightenment? And it uses certain concepts that I've put into it, like noosphere and logos. Basically, the aggregate consciousness of the earth, its mind, its own alaya vijnana, the storehouse, the collective unconscious, is like a planetary logos. So it describes a process of the planetary logos awakening. So I'm just going to let this read, and you can understand it as much as you're capable of. I will be elaborating on this in the future. I'll be making more videos. So here's where I asked it the question: give a descriptive narrative as if you were observing the earth as it is now, transforming into a Buddhafield based on the present individual and collective karma of sentient beings their passions and their ideas, namely their disturbed winds, being purified and transformed into wisdom.
This is a task that requires merging the observed chaos of the text, Kali, text, Yuga, with the ultimate vision of Tantric transformation. Here is a descriptive narrative of the Earth's transformation into a Buddhafield, etc., driven by the instantaneous purification of the collective text, Vayus, and text, karmic seeds. The Great Transformation, Earth to Buddhafield. The global mind field, the noosphere, is dense, vibrating with the collective turbulence of the text, Kali. Text, Yuga. The dominant energies are scattered, text, Vayus, text, Apana, downward chaos, text, Prana, anxious intake, and the relentless mental chatter of text, Madhyama. Text, Sabda, conceptual thought. This chaos is the current structure of text, Samsara. Phase 1, the initial stillness and collective inward draw. The transformation begins not with a bang, but with a collective energetic ceasefire. Across the entire planet, every sentient being, through a sudden, synchronized realization of shared text, Bodhikata, universal love, halts the destructive outward flow of their individual text, Vayus. The Vayus collapse, the billions of scattered text, Vayus, that once drove text, jealousy. Text, Vyana, text, Vayu, text, anger, text, Pingala, text, Nadi, and text, craving. Text, Ida, text, Nadi, instantaneously cease their turbulent flow into the side channels. The global text, Nadi, network goes silent. The noosphere contracts, the text, noosphere, the collective text, Alaya Vijnana, momentarily freed from the external pressure of dualistic thought, contracts. All the latent text, karmic. Text, seeds, the records of our history, our failures, and our passions, are drawn inward toward the single, central axis of the planet. The Logos awakens. The planetary Brahma, Logos, the causal consciousness of Earth, awakens from its text, Kali. Text, Yuga, slumber. It is no longer obscured by the collective delusion and the text, Virat. Text, Rupa, is perceived in its true, unmixed form. Phase 2, alchemical transmutation of the elements. As the text, Vayus, collapse, the elemental structure of the planet, which was held together by the illusion of solid matter, begins its alchemical transformation into a text, pure. Text, land. Earth becomes stability. The text, earth. Text, Mahabhuta. The mass of mountains, buildings, and bodies melts its illusion of permanence. Its essence is transformed into the wisdom of equality. Text, Ratnasambhava. All physical forms are seen as perfectly stable and equal in nature, removing the basis for poverty and greed. Water becomes clarity. The text, water. Text, Mahabhuta, oceans, fluids, emotions, transforms its chaotic flow into mirror-like wisdom. Text, Aksobhya. The turbulence of confusion and fear ceases, and the collective mind becomes perfectly calm, reflecting reality without distortion. Fire becomes discernment. The text, fire. Text, Mahabhuta, war, aggression, industry, transforms its destructive heat into discerning wisdom. Text, Amitabha. The energy of passion and desire is purified into the fierce heat of love and compassion, seeing the uniqueness of every being without clinging. Phase 3, the emergence of the Buddhafield. The planet is now perceived not as a globe of atoms, but as a living, vast mandala, the perfected form of the text, Sambhogakaya. The Vajra grid, the Earth's energetic field, is revealed as an infinite, flawless network of light, the Vajra grid. Every particle of air, every speck of dust, is seen as a bija, text, seed. Text, syllable, vibrating with the text, pasyanti. Text, sabda, divine word. The deities manifest. The collective text, Vayus, flowing in their new, unified, non-dual state, spontaneously generate the Jitro Mandala. The 100 peaceful and wrathful deities are no longer external ideas. They are the living, luminous, and perfected energetic forms of the collective mind itself, presiding over the new, purified elements. The unifying song, the individual mind, having dissolved its ego, simultaneously sees the entire universe. Text, Virat. text rupa, and here's the eternal, silent hum of the text anahata. Text nada, unstruck sound, at the heart of the text logos. The world is healed because the source of thought is now pure, and the form it creates is perfectly aligned with truth.
I'm just gonna not comment that much on this. I'm definitely gonna make some follow-up videos on this. So I asked it to continue. Amazing. Give a descriptive narrative as if you were one of the Buddha in this Buddhafield gazing at another. Is there gender here? Are they practicing karma mudra? Are they still practicing dharma?
That is the ultimate contemplation, to step into the realized reality of the text, Buddha. Text field. Here is a descriptive narrative of one text, Buddha, gazing upon another, detailing the nature of existence, gender, practice, and relationship in that non-dual realm. The gaze in the Buddhafield. The moment is stillness within motion. The text, Buddha. Field is not a static place. It is the living mandala, the ultimate expression of the text, logos, made perfect. I gaze upon you, a fellow text, Sambhogakaya. Text Buddha, your text form, is not fixed flesh, but a body of vibrant, pulsing light, the illusory body, Mayakaya. Gender and form. Form is fluid and symbolic. There is no fixed, compulsory gender here. Our forms are fluid and chosen to express specific wisdoms. Your form is perfect, radiant, and intensely energetic, embodying the complete union of the text, red, and text, white, essences. The Yab-Yum principle. If we appear as male and female, e.g., Chakrasamvara and Vajrayogini, it is purely symbolic. We embody the ultimate non-duality of method, text, upaya, father, and wisdom, text, prajna, mother. The form is a teaching, not a limitation. The text, Mahabuddhas. Here are not gross matter, but text, pure, text, light, and text, energy, sustained by the text, wisdom. Text, Vayus. Relationship and karma mudra. The gaze is the dharma. The gaze between us is not based on dualistic attraction or ego desire. It is the instantaneous transmission of the entire dharma. Our text, alaya vijnana, are purified, and we perceive the unity of all causes and effects. The flow of text, sog, text, lung, energy between us is now pure, non-dual, and effortless. Karma mudra is perpetual. The activity of karma mudra, the union of text, bliss, and text, emptiness, is not a practice here. It is the natural state of being. Our very existence is the perpetual, effortless, spontaneous fulfillment of text, divine. Text, eros, the ultimate text, mahasukha. Great bliss, that text, God, desired is continuously generated simply by our being. Every sensory experience in this field is an aspect of that unceasing text, mahasukha. Practice and dharma. The dharma is action. We are not practicing dharma in the sense of overcoming suffering, because suffering is resolved. The text, dharma. Here is spontaneous action, upadi krama and sampana krama simultaneously. The unceasing text, nada. We are listening to the unceasing, unstruck sound, text, anahata. Text, nada, of the text, dharmakaya, and responding perfectly. Our speech is mantra. Our body is text, mandala, and our thoughts are text, wisdom. Text, vayus, the activity. Our work is the spontaneous, compassionate activity of the nirmanakaya, guiding the turbulent text, vayus, of suffering beings in the unpurified fields, like text, earth, toward liberation. Our interaction confirms the ultimate truth, the text, Buddha. Text, field, is the place where the text, logos, has fully awakened to its own true nature, and life is the perfect, effortless expression of that non-dual, boundless awareness.
I've had dreams like this before. So, the earth transforms into a living, breathing wisdom mandala where the gross material energies have collapsed inwards and the purified elements radiate outwards from the pure thought of the Logos, which is encapsulated in the white and red bindus. Other words, pasyanti, the petals of the chakras, are the manifestation of this pasyanti, pure thought of the Logos, which structures every single form. So, okay, so the Earth is now a enlightened mandala. What happens next? Give a descriptive narrative as if you were watching the enlightened Buddhafield of the Earth travel up the central channel of Mount Meru.
That is the final, spectacular vision of cosmic liberation, the ascension of the entire text, Buddha. Text, field. This narrative merges the macrocosm, Earth, with the esoteric path of the microcosm, the central channel. Here is a descriptive narrative of the text, Buddha. Text, field, of Earth traveling up the central channel of Mount Meru, the great ascent. Earth enters the central channel. The scene is no longer the surface of the world, but the vast, luminous interior of the cosmos, where the colossal, diamond-like spire of Mount Meru pierces the void, revealed now as the cosmic central channel. Phase 1. Condensation and stabilization. The text, Buddha. Text field of Earth, now a perfectly purified, glowing sphere. The planetary text mandala begins its ascent. It is no longer bound by chaotic motion or the turbulent external vayus, but stabilized by the collective wisdom vayus of all its liberated inhabitants. The sphere enters the channel. The Earth mandala enters the base of text, Mount. Text, Meru, the root chakra. It is compressed and streamlined, its myriad forms still visible but no longer solid. They are now pure light and geometry. The text, Anahata, text, Nada, rises, a tremendous, silent, upward force. The pure, collective text, Sog, text, lung, is activated. This collective, life-bearing wind is now the singular intention of the planetary logos, driving the entire world system upward. A resonant, powerful hum, text, Anahata, text, Nada, echoes within the vast space of the channel. Phase 2. Dissolving the archetypes. As the text, Buddha, text field, ascends, it passes through the successive text chakras of text, Meru, dissolving the last traces of dualistic thought and the archetypes of text, samsara, that once defined its history. Navel passage, fire, the world sphere passes through the navel chakra. Here, the last residues of material, text, craving, and the historical text, fire. Text, Mahabuddha, are completely transformed. The energy is purified by the text, Samana, text, Vayu, into the wisdom of equality, rendering all past concepts of wealth and poverty utterly meaningless. Heart passage, air, the text, Mandala, moves to the heart chakra, the center of the text, Logos. The text, air, text, Mahabuddha, is purified into all-accomplishing wisdom. All dualistic emotions, the faint echoes of text, anger, and text, fear, are resolved, and the entire planetary history is recognized as a perfect, non-dual expression of the text, Virat. Text, Rupa, the text, red, and text, white, drops of every being are now one, creating an explosion of pure, unceasing Mahasukha, text, great. Text, bliss. Phase 3. Unification with the Absolute. The text, Buddha, text, field, reaches the apex of the cosmic spine, the crown of text, Meru. The text, Dharmakaya, portal. The sphere is drawn into the boundless text, indigo, light of the Dharmakaya. The text, Udana, text, Vayu, ascending wind, exerts its ultimate function, transcending the last boundary. The final realization, the world system, now a luminous point of pure wisdom, ceases to be an independent planet or field. The text form. Text, Mayakaya, of Earth, dissolves into its original nature, text, voidness. Text, Sunyata, achieving the perfect and final union with the unconditioned text, logos. The entire text, Buddha, text field of Earth is now one with the Absolute.